Now at 6, students and staff at a Southeast Kansas high school celebrate 5 years of a scholarship program. Plus, uncounted votes in Southwest Missouri could still have an impact on sports betting. And Joplin invites the public to weigh in on some transportation projects.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
It's been 5 years since the launch of the Neodesha Promise Scholarship Program. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. KOAM's Melissa Alexis attended the celebration of the 5th anniversary of the scholarship and has more.
A big just weight lifted off your shoulder.
Grace Johnson is a recipient of the Promise Scholarship who was a sophomore at Neodesha High School when the scholarship program was first announced.
Knowing that the community is behind you and believes in you, so knowing that they want us to succeed also motivates us to succeed.
Through the help of the scholarship, she's now a nursing student at Pitt State. She says the scholarship opens up doors for students who may otherwise not be able to go to college.
Expanding those opportunities and not having to worry about where am I going to pay for college while I'm in school and being able to focus more on my education, it allows me to thrive in a way that I might not have been able to without the Promise.
Ashley Chandler, a graduate of Neodesha High School, says this opportunity has opened the door for students who may be financially insecure and allows them to follow their dreams and achieve their career goals.
Many students in this area are financially insecure, especially when they leave home for the first time. A lot of the times that's the time when students can fall flat and they get away from home and they run out of money to go to school on, and then what?
The scholarship covers tuition for the students in the Neodesha School District to attend either a university, technical college, or a community college. Since the program launched 5 years ago, the scholarship has helped 148 students.
Nothing but pride. It is absolutely phenomenal. As they continue to grow up in their adult life, it's going to give them a leg up as they continue to learn and grow and become successful adults.
To get accepted to the program, applicants need to have a minimum of a 2.0 GPA. Reporting in Neodesha, Melissa Alexis, KOAM News.
Remarkable success. Now, students need to maintain at least a 2.5 GPA throughout their post-secondary education to maintain that scholarship. Let's check in with meteorologist Doug Heddy now for our first look at the weather.
Well, and it turned out to be a pretty nice Tuesday for us today. A little bit cooler than what we have seen over the past couple days. Of course, yesterday we had the rain, we had sunshine for us today, kind of dropping back into the 50s, but looking pretty good. 53 in Fort Scott. Welch is sitting at 55, 61 in Anderson, Nevada at 53 degrees. Through the evening, 50s, 40s, clear skies, but eventually we'll drop all the way back into the upper 30s later on tonight. Few little clouds kind of skirting our northern counties, a weak little wave, which is going to usher in some cooler airs we go through the next couple days. So we'll get some clouds pushing through tonight, dropping back into the upper 30s. We're going to have the sunshine once again tomorrow. It's just going to be cooler. High temps only into lower 50s, and it continues to get cooler through the week. So we're going to check that out here in just a bit.
See you soon. One county in southwest Missouri had a late impact on November voting. Christian County's final vote submitted to the Secretary of State office for certification tallied nearly 10,000 more than previously reported. As vote counting took place during the late hours of election night, the clerk decided to postpone the count of 3 machines until the next morning due to the high voter turnout. This morning, the finalized vote margin for Amendment 2 on sports betting went from around 400 to 747 votes. We're going to have more on this story and how the process worked tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. City of Joplin wants to hear from the community about a public transportation program. The Joplin Area Transportation Study Organization, or JATSO, seeks a 7-day public comment period for transportation and transit projects that are partially funded by federal programs over a 4-year period. Up for proposal is 1 project modification and 2 added projects. Public comment period runs through Wednesday of next week at noon. For more information, go to KOAMnewsnow.com. The staff at Freeman Health System in Joplin wants to educate the public about the dangers of lung cancer. This is Lung Cancer Awareness Month. Not only do they stress the importance of early detection, but the role CT scans can play toward that end.
Only 8% of eligible people who are candidates for low-dose CT scans actually get the CT scans performed. And it's really important to get them done because when a person does find a nodule and it happens to be cancerous, at least 65% of the time it's going to be a localized cancer that is fully curable.
Dr. Slocum also says these scans can be especially important for smokers and former smokers. 3 members of the Fairland softball team will soon take their talents to the next level and stay close to home. John Dale says their story coming up later in sports. Plus,
with support from the community, a synthetic ice rink is coming to Fort Scott this holiday season. I'm Samantha Walker, and I'll have that story coming up.
New activity is coming to the Christmas on the Bricks celebration in Fort Scott, a synthetic skating rink. It's been a community effort to create the rink with fundraisers and donations paying for the project. KOIM Samantha Walker has more on how organizers hope that rink will see more people skate into the city.
We hope to kind of have that hallmark feel with people skating on the synthetic rink and Christmas music playing and lights.
While the Gathering Square Pavilion in Fort Scott may look empty now, it will soon be turned into a winter wonderland. Supported by community efforts, a synthetic ice rink is coming to the downtown this December in time for the annual Christmas on the Bricks event.
I just felt that there was something else that we could do to bring something to Fort Scott that the families here would enjoy, but then also something that would draw people to our community. We have such a unique town, and people came for that event, but thought this would be a great thing that we could add that people could come back following weeks after our event.
To create the skating experience downtown costs an estimated $50,000. The city of Fort Scott is providing the Gathering Square Pavilion and electricity for the rink, but all funds to purchase the rink and skates were collected by the Fort Scott Chamber of Commerce through fundraising and donations from the community.
That's kind of gave us the drive to just keep going and trying to get this achieved. So it's been great to hear everybody, the feedback, and that they're excited about it and knowing that we can bring something to the community that we've never had here before.
Those helping to create the rink believe the seasonal attraction will bring more visitors into Fort Scott.
We also hope that the skating rink will bring people to town to stay longer, to shop, to eat in our restaurants, get gas in our gas stations, stay the night in our hotels, and just enhance the overall holiday experience here in Fort Scott.
And for local business owners in Fort Scott, especially those near the future rink, any boost in business is a help.
The outside of town marketing, it's just not going to necessarily happen for us just because we are small business. So we're really excited for the out of towners to come and hang out and skate and potentially eat at one of our restaurants, especially as it's something that hopefully they'll see and enjoy.
While it's not been set up yet, these are some of the materials that will be used for the synthetic rink. It doesn't use any real ice, which means it can be used for years to come, hopefully creating a new tradition in Fort Scott.
This addition is just going to help really make that Christmas on the Bricks even better. And then of course it's going to be available all throughout the holiday season. So I'm really excited to see what it'll end up looking like. I think it's going to be great overall for everybody in the downtown area for sure, and just in general for Fort Scott.
Reporting in Fort Scott, Samantha Walker, KOIM News.
The kickoff of the rink is going to be the weekend of Christmas on the Bricks in Fort Scott, December 6th. Organizers are finalizing the details on the rink's hours and entry costs. You can find more information about the opening of the rink and Christmas on the Bricks on our website. Of course, that's KOIMnewsnow.com. See it there. A little bit later, the Gorillas bring some international flavor to the campus of PSU with a tea tasting event.
Plus, it cools down a little bit more over the next few days. Details coming up. Well, it turned out to be a nice Tuesday for us today. A little bit cooler than what we have seen over the past couple days, but of course we had the rain yesterday, back to the sunshine today. Just kind of chilly, but not bad for the second half of November. Great shot. This is our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex tower cam. Of course, looking at downtown Joplin. All right, no rain today, but we got rain yesterday. Check this out, almost 7 inches for the month of November. Now, some areas had picked up 12, 13, 14 inches. This is just at the Joplin Airport, but we got over 35 inches now for the year. So we've closed that gap and put a little bit of a dent into the drought that we have been seeing. All right, still near 60 in our southern counties. As you get into our northern counties, we're mainly sitting into lower 50s. Looking outside, here's 7th. Here's range line sitting at 54, northwesterly winds at about 5 to 10. But we do have clear skies, and that's what we're going to see as we go through the overnight hours. We'll slide back through the 50s, into the 40s, and eventually into the upper 30s later on tonight. Now the winds are going to pick up a little bit over the next couple days. So by Wednesday, we're going to have winds gusting 25 upwards to 30. They'll calm down a hair on Thursday, but still windy. Winds gusting 20 to about 25. We're going to have plenty of sunshine, but it is going to be breezy over the next couple days. Pretty much clear skies. We do have some very light little showers out across central Kansas and a big batch of clouds, which is kind of working through. So we are going to have partly cloudy skies tonight, but we're going to end up staying on the dry side. Big upper level low, which is ushering in another cooler shot of Canadian air. So we're going to watch this as we go through the next couple days, and especially in our cycling weather pattern, because I've seen this now. This is the second time I've seen it over about the past month and a half. So if you project this forward, we'll see it at least 2 or 3 times in the winter, which means big Arctic outbreaks across the region. We look pretty good heading into the weekend. Then we get storm systems loading up out toward the west as we go into early next week. We have one pass by on Monday, but a stronger system develops Wednesday and Thursday, which Wednesday is a big travel day. Thursday is Thanksgiving, and there should be some wintry weather somewhere in the Central Plains. So we're going to keep our eyes on that as we go through the next few weeks. For us tonight, dropping back into the upper 30s. We'll warm into the lower 50s by noon and kind of hang out 53, 54 for an afternoon high. As we go into Wednesday night, clear skies again, a little bit colder. Temperatures now 32, 33, 34 degrees. Thursday, plenty of sunshine, but again, a little bit cooler. High temps right around 50 to about 52 degrees. Then we drop again as we go into Thursday night. We back down into the upper 20s. So it gets a little bit cooler each and every day this week. All right, 43 by 9, by 1, 53, by 3, 53 degrees, but plenty of sunshine again on Wednesday. 50 on Thursday, 52 on Friday. Warming back up near 60 on Saturday. The weekend looks pretty good, and then we're going to have a lot of question marks for next week. Thanksgiving right now, high temp of 43, so getting kind of cool.
Yeah. Welcome back to reality from your beach vacation.
I know, it was nice.
I'm sure it was. Thanks, Doug. Still had several Lions and Gorillas receive all conference honors from the MIAA, and 3 members of the Fairland Owl softball team signed with Fort Scott Community College. John Dale says those stories and more coming up next.
Fort Scott Community College softball picks up 3 commits from Northeast Oklahoma who have helped turn Fairland into a perennial powerhouse in the Lucky 7 Conference. 3 Fairland softball players signed this afternoon with Fort Scott Community College. Aubrey Kinsey, McKenna Lawson, and Grayson Riggs helped lead the Owls to 4 district championships and 2 state tournament appearances in their time at Fairland. Now all 3 of them are ready to make an impact with the Greyhounds.
I just really liked it there. I liked the community and I really liked the coach, and it just felt like it could be home. Their field is really nice. They have a really nice workout room. It's just nice there.
It seems like it's an easy transition from here going there because I know people and then I'm going with my friends, so it's just easy. It's really nice. We've played together our whole lives, so to just keep on playing is fun.
Their coaches, they have a really nice coach, and I just like the facility itself, and I'm also going with 2 of my best friends. We've all talked about it before, but we all just started committing one at a time, and I just thought it would be a great idea to go with my friends.
The MIAA releases its all-conference awards for football today. Central Oklahoma's Adam Dorrell is the Coach of the Year after leading the Broncos to an outright MIAA championship. Here's a look at the local honorees featured in the first team All-MIAA. Will Huggins and Landon Bluebaugh both represent Pitt State on the offensive side of the ball. 3 more PSU players are on the first team All-MIAA on defense. Cole Sample and Jordan Rogers, as well as Jack Barkley, who's the only Gorilla to be unanimously voted to the first team. Then, 5 Pitt State players are named to the second team, All-MIAA. That's Jack Roberts, Drew Daniels, Malik Berry, Alex Gaskell, and Jalen Fuchsa. On the third team, Pitt State running back Noah Hernandez, as well as a couple of Lions, Deontay Campbell at tight end, and offensive lineman Kenny Furman represent Missouri Southern. We'll have a full list, which includes honorable mentions from both PSU and Southern, on our website, koamnewsnow.com/sports. At the high school level, all conference teams are announced this week as well. Here's the first team All-CNC offense. Carter Henry from Columbus and Alonzo Burke from Frontenac. Both of them are unanimous selections on the offensive line, as is Baxter Springs wide receiver Jacob Grant and Frontenac running back Gavin Mattoon. Here's a look at the first team defense. Frontenac's Lorenzo Burke is a unanimous first team All-CNC defensive lineman. Riverton linebacker Cody Wagner, unanimous first teamer as well. Frontenac head coach Leon Miller is voted the head coach of the year. We'll have the list for second team and honorable mentions on our website. Again, that's koamnewsnow.com/sports. Pittsburgh State men's basketball plays its first conference game of the year tonight. Gorillas go up to Topeka to face Washburn. That contest just getting underway as we come on the air. The Gorillas are 2-2 in their first 4 games of the season. The Ichabods are a perfect 4-0, but this is also their conference opener as well. I'll give you a score update later tonight at 10. That's it for sports. We'll be back after this.
Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14 tonight. One southwest Missouri county had thousands of votes left uncounted after the election. We're going to have more on just where they stand. Plus, the Carthage community meets to plan for the future of its local schools. And if you're planning to travel for Thanksgiving, well, you're not alone. We have your holiday travel forecast. Those stories and a lot more tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. PSU is joining universities all across our nation to celebrate International Education Week. This annual celebration promotes programs that prepare Americans for a global environment while attracting future leaders from all around the world to study, learn, and exchange experiences. Students of all nationalities today found common ground with a tea tasting event at Pitt State. Currently, nearly 300 international students are enrolled at PSU and represent 50 countries. The weather kind of trending cooler over the coming days.
Getting a little bit cooler, not terrible, but cooler. High temp at 53 tomorrow, 50 on Thursday, down into the 20s by Friday morning. The weekend looks pretty good. Next week, we start to get a little active once again.
Which is a special concern for all those travelers before and after Thanksgiving. Final sports notes.
I was talking about MIAA football earlier. Some more news inside the conference. We know that Pitt State just went up to Northwest and beat the Bearcats on Saturday. Well, today, Northwest Missouri announces it's parting ways with its head coach. So that win on Saturday is going a long ways.
Yeah, I'm sure it was contributing anyway. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.